What is good, Facebook family? Thought I'd never see the day. Thought I'd never see the day, but we're here once again in the land of the living. Just thought I'd stop by. Let me get set up here a little bit. I'm going to cut most of this off anyway. I guess we'll start right here. Alright, I have no idea who's live here with me. So we're just going to play it by ear. I'm going to try to check it out. I'm going to try to check it out every blue moon. Alright, so we got two watching. What's up, everybody that's watching? Like I said, this is going to be a live assessment of Natureboy's new masculine and feminine energy charts. Now, I've been hearing a lot of hoopla. He's had these things to say about how, masculine energy has to be demanding and, domineering, and the feminine energy is chaotic and has to be submissive in order to be controlled properly, i.e. the muses or the fates or some other kind of mythological ethos or concept, to where these women concepts, these feminine energies have to be basically put into place and shown what their duties are in order for this to happen correctly. If not, then there will be chaos in the land. I stand on either camp on that. Masculine and feminine energy to me are the same. They're one in the same. They're just aspects of the same energy represented differently. You can't have yin without yang. You can't have good without bad. There just will never be a situation where that happens. With that being said, Eligio just keeps going live. Should we go to his live video now? I want you guys to chime in and let me know what you guys think. Should we go to his live video now, or should we go backwards and go to the chart that he was pumping out a little while ago? He's definitely got a chart. Let's go to the chart. Let's go to some of the later videos, and then we'll check in live depending on who says what in the chat. Thanks so much, guys, for being here. I'm Gator from the South, back with another live commentary, and let's go to a little bit of Eligio Bishop bringing out the chart.
Nut and shoe, but we were taught Adam and Eve, which is nut is really nut and shoe. Moving forward, this is the real creation story. This is where they got Adam and Eve from, and
you know what? I want to catch up with them live. Oh, they're not live anymore. He's not live anymore, so I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, he is. I want to catch up with him live.
saying that we wouldn't need to pray 5 times a day if we were in a culture that our minds vibrated so high. It kept us in an understanding. If we had a language that kept us in the understanding that we are the all. If we called each other reflection. If we called each other myself. If we spoke in first party. And not in separation. As I know in Islam, is spoken in first party. I'm off the love.
So this is interesting on a whole lot of different levels to me. Me being what I consider, I'm a self-described Muslim, and I call myself that because of what the definition of what a Muslim is: one who submits to the will of Allah, one who submits to the will of Allah, or whatever you'd like to call him, whatever his Hebraic or Aramaic or whatever the translation might be. In English, they say God, which is really just a transliteration of the old High German word gut or guten, which means good, or also another name for the god Woden or Odin or Golden Woden. All of these things have a very etymological, precise meaning. So when we say these words, we're saying spells, we're doing spell casting. We don't even know it. Subconsciously, we're casting these spells on ourselves. That's why we have to get out of the mind frame. So I like where he's going here with his philosophy. And we always talked about this, how Natureboy switches his philosophy at random, ad nauseum. I'm actually a fan of this, a growing, evolving philosophy. And with this and him switching more toward a more Muslim kind of thing, it is definitely intriguing to me. I'm going to see where he's going with this. Like I said, you will always get the objective perspective here. I'm not a Natureboy hater, neither am I a Natureboy lover. I'm just a Natureboy commentator. With that being said, let's get back to the video. Petra Carmen, hello to the live chat, and what's up with you? How you doing?
I told you I'm here for the Q&A to get the understanding. I'm here to get the understanding of, and I respect your perspective, even if we agree to disagree.
Now, I wish I could go live with him right now, because I do have some questions about the questions that he has posted here. I do have some answers to those questions if he'd like to hear them. But as we know, Natureboy is very confrontational. He does not like to hear a good answer unless it comes out of his mouth. So we're not even going, and we can't call in anyway because we're shooting this over live from Instagram. I figured out how to do that again, and we know how that ended up last time for us. We kept saying that Natureboy was dodging us, but he wasn't dodging us. Our phone wouldn't work because we couldn't call in because we were on live doing streaming. So we're just gonna capture this one tonight and see if we capture some golden Natureboy moments. Let's go. Seems like they're being a little bit cautious about going in his live. I mean, he's got a couple people there tonight. He's got a couple people in there tonight. But they've been a little cautious. Oh, we got one.
So we say he as in masculinity or power. You understand what I'm trying to say? You don't want to say she or she's the queen.
So are you saying that, are you inferring to she being weaker in power is what I'm saying to you?
She would be considered to be weaker in power. If you say she is the queen.
So, then we made our point then. So Allah is called he because he is considered more powerful than she.
Correct. Because of the natural order of things. That's all. Not saying that a man is more powerful than a woman, or a man is better than a woman, but naturally when you use the term he or king or anything that has to do with masculinity, then you deal with the more powerful of the two forms. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Okay. So let me get this straight. So Allah doesn't have a gender.
Allah does not have a gender.
Right. I can't. But we call it he because we're referring to the masculine energy, which is more powerful than the feminine energy. So we call it he because it's more powerful. It's a more powerful expression because of a gender.
You can say that. I mean, one can say that because, like I said, if we're in the kingdom, right? Does the queen rule the kingdom, or does the king?
So it does have to do with gender.
I mean, no, it doesn't. It doesn't have to do with gender. Only when you're speaking about Allah. When you're speaking about Allah, you say He. Say He is Allah the one, because of the masculinity of nature. Period.
And actually, I have an issue with that, and I'll get to that issue once they are finished debating. I'm going to let them go ahead and finish, and then I'm going to drop a little commentary about that specifically. I am taking notes. Hope you guys stay with me. Welcome to the Live Let's Internet Radio Show. I'm your host, Gator from the South. I'm going to be doing a little bit of Natureboy commentary tonight. I'm in here for the long haul. I hope you guys are too. I have charged my phone up. We're catching up on some Natureboy. We're going to be looking at some of his older lives as well. He was doing some chart work. We haven't seen him do that in a while, so I'm really interested to see what that's all about. But I wanted to catch up with him live first to see what he's talking about. He's doing a little Q&A. Let's go back to it.
Like I said, if you got a kingdom, you're not gonna say the queen runs the kingdom or the queen has the top-notch rule. I'm not.
The woman. And so we giving that reference Allah, that power to Allah. So it's better to call Allah He rather than He.
Correct. Okay.
Okay, thank you. And number two, as Jesus is the messenger, right? Which is a prophet in Islam.
Right.
Why isn't the messenger the same as Allah if the messenger has brought the message or the word of Allah?
Because we have to remember something. I apologize for moving around so much. You have to remember something, right? Allah has no partners. Allah has no comparisons. There's nothing like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is nothing that can compare to God. No man that
Ever seen the face of God? No man.
Now, he really has to listen to that. Natureboy really has to listen to that, because if he's on this Muslim stuff now, he has to have read the Quran. In the Quran, it says explicitly, it says, who, like my man says, who is compared to Allah? Who can compare to Allah? Not only that, but far be it for Allah to have himself a son. Now, don't get me wrong. To Allah, all he has to do is say to a thing, be, and it is. But Allah has no equals. He has no partners. That's what the Quran says. Now let's get back to this.
Nobody has ever seen the face of God. Why? Because God is too holy. So we can't say as Muslims that Jesus is Allah and Allah is Jesus, because that will completely nullify our Islam, because of the statement, our testimony and faith is, I bear witness that none is God but Allah. None is God. None has the right to be none has the right, or none is worthy of worship except for Allah, unique without a partner. Comparison that Muhammad is his final servant and messenger. And we
Alright, so let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
So you would say that Allah created all things.
Allah created everything.
Okay. So what created Allah?
Nothing. Because before there was nothing, there was Allah. Before nothing existed, Allah existed.
And I'm supposed to just believe that?
I mean, okay. Let's take it like this then. Where did air come from?
Air comes from the sun.
Okay, where did the sun come from?
The sun comes from itself.
Okay, where did that come from now? You said the sun came from itself. So the sun was created. Something.
The sun was self-created through explosion.
Okay, what created the explosion?
Now, this is a very interesting concept as well. I've been researching this a lot lately. The whole concept of the Big Bang, abiogenesis, meaning, life out of nothing, nothing from nothing, theoretical physics, quantum physics, these kind of things, these concepts that really kind of test the brain to the point where you're like, I don't want to think about it anymore. I've really been putting a concerted effort into that. And what we have here in reason and in logic and what we call rhetoric in philosophy, it's called a falsifiable claim, meaning I can falsify that claim. At any point, I can add something that falsifies that claim because you can't prove that claim. These claims are, unfalsifiable. That you cannot prove it. Therefore, this is something that will be argued about ad nauseum until the end of eternity, probably, because you cannot prove these claims. Therefore, should you even have an opinion? What is your religion? I want. That's a good question for the audience here. Write in the comments. Let me know what is your religious belief or spiritual belief, if you have one, and why. Do you have good reason to believe that? What is your evidence? Is it just a faith that you have, or is there evidence-based reasons for you to believe in what you believe? Let me know in the comments. Here we go.
It created itself.
No, but what created the explosion? Was there atoms? Was there neutrons?
Okay, so what you asking me my personal belief or my understanding of it?
Yes, I want to know.
My personal understanding.
Because
This is my personal understanding of it.
yeah, what is your take on that?
My personal understanding of it, and from my studies, is this: atom.
Okay.
Atom. This is from Egyptology, Kemet, which outdates all the Quran. It outdates, just like you saying Allah created itself. I'm saying that the universe, and I'm not even gonna say.
And that's not correct either. Egyptology does not predate every religion. There were African religious traditional systems that were around well before the gods of Egypt. There were African traditional systems that were alive in the Mesopotamian region, Sumer, Akkad, Ashur. These places were thriving with African religious systems, i.e., the artwork and the epics that we get for some of the oldest literature in known history. Epic of Gilgamesh, the Enuma Elish. These epics far predate what we have there in Egypt. Now, don't get me wrong, Egypt is an old society, but that is incorrect information. Just wanted to point that out.
Created, transformed itself, because energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So it can only be transformed from one form to another. So therefore, if we can't create energy and we can't destroy it, therefore, it was only transformed from a primordial of nothingness.
So what were you created from? Where did you come from?
I come from thought. I thought myself into existence.
You thought yourself into existence.
I come from nothing, from no thing. I just came. What I'm telling you is that there is no beginning.
There is a beginning. Because science tells me, because now I believe that you believe in science. Science tells me that that the oldest human remain is in Africa. The oldest human remain came from Africa, and that remain came 3,000 years ago or something like that. Remain came from Africa, right? That means that human remain was not born of a man and a woman, right? So what could have created this human being?
So what I'm saying is that we're not created, that we're transformed. That
Transformed from what?
We eternal. What I'm telling you is that we eternal. There is no creation. We're eternal. We're eternal. What I'm saying is that we always are and always will be. Here's what I'm saying.
Now that I agree with. Natureboy's got a point here. I like it when he breaks this down. He does it very well. Let me let him.
Saying to you, right, that the life that you're living right now, and you looking into the past, I'm saying, like, where is the first human being? Is literally an illusion, right? It's like asking yourself how, when you go to sleep at night, right, and you go into a dream. It's like, how did I get here? How did I get into this dream? Well, you went to sleep, you went into darkness, you went into nothingness, and then boom, light appeared, and you was in your dream. The primordial waters of Nu, which is darkness, right?
Looks like we're buffering a little bit, guys. I'm going to have to come back to him in just a second. Meanwhile, let me fix up my stream a little bit. No, I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to keep on rocking just like this. No, looks like they buffering pretty bad. Alright, it's no big deal. While they buffering, let's go look at some of the older videos. Oh no, this is the one he just did. So they just got done with that one. This is the one previous. This is the one that I really wanted to pay attention to. Who's all in here with me, man? I see we got a couple of people here. Since we got 5 people here, let me see who's in the chat. This is the only one.
So they just got done with that one.
I can't go into his live unblocked picture.
This is the one previous. This is the one that I really wanted to pay attention to.
Let's get it.
What was the last thing you heard me say? Okay, let's start it back up, y'all. Let's get it. Come on in. Sorry about the interruption.
Like I said, guys, I'm in here for the long haul tonight. I got nothing to do. My phone's pretty good and
Peace to the
charged.
gods.
So, well, it's still dropping.
Peace to the gods. Come on in, have a seat. I was on the wrong page. I'm not late. I was on the wrong page. Come on in, have a seat. It's a very important class. Very important class. I wanted to do this class because of a post that I made recently where, it was stated about how our feminine energy must be controlled. And I want to talk about the control of feminine energy and masculine energy. And masculine energy is easily controlled, but feminine energy we must take account for. And so, in this lecture, I'm going to be breaking down masculine versus feminine. And what does it mean? Before I start that, I'm going to turn you this way real quick. Alright? Let me know if we're coming in clear. I'm going to turn you the IG way real quick. And I want to show you something, and I don't know if you can read it. It's very important. Clear, good. Oh, that's perfect right there. Look at that. Good. Who is Atom? Atom, also known as the great he-she, was the solar creator god of ancient Egypt, self-created from Nu, the primordial waters. He embodied the essence and the capabilities of both sexes. The name Atum is derived from the word team, meaning complete. I told you we came from hermaphrodite. We came from single-cell organisms. And the masculine and feminine were split up. Since he was able to create the first divine couple through masturbation, he made the goddess Tefnut and the god Shu. This way, and they are the ancestors of all other gods. So, the real Adam and Eve are Tefnut and Shu. But we were taught Adam and Eve, which is Tefnut and Shu. It's really Tefnut and Shu. Moving forward, this is the real creation story. This is where they got Adam and Eve from, and people talk about the creator, and we're talking about an atom. We're talking about the sun here. The sun is an atom. An atom is an atom. our electron.
What do y'all think about this knowledge so far? I mean, do y'all, what, like, seriously, what are y'all thinking about this? Because I have heard this many different times. I've heard this concept told a lot, the same way he's saying it right now. What do you got?
Gods. New. Neutron. This is the basic elements of life and how life comes into form and expression. So we must go back to the original state, and Kemet will always give us the divine knowledge as far as how it all, where everything came from, and how they interpreted what we wrote. We were biologists. Kemet, we were chemistry. We were biologists. This stuff was taken and politically wrapped around a man's mind for his political.
So, Samantha Olivia,
Selfish reasons.
you said that
But the
you
truth,
are an
the
atheist.
divine truth, the
Samantha Olivia, thanks for the comment. You say that you are an atheist. Can you give me a reason why you're an atheist? Just a question. It's nothing. I'm not trying to digging up any old bones or anything like that. Just a question, just a philosophical curiosity quenching question. Thanks if you answer.
adulterated truth is that what we call is a creator, right? And I must show you this, because we all know this. We all know this, right? Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be changed from one form to another. We know that energy cannot be created. So therefore, if Allah or God is the creator, then how can he be the creator if it is energy itself? I will go back to atom. Atum. Self-created from itself. So if God is energy, and Allah is energy, how can energy create itself? It cannot create itself. It can only transform itself into different forms of itself to experience itself subjectively. There is no creator. Even though it says here created, that's man's mind that has even put that into play, because energy cannot create itself. We know that through quantum physics. So Allah cannot be the creator. God, there is no creator. It just is. It's energy, and it is, and it always will be in different forms. There is no creation. We have to get out the mind of thinking that there's a creation first and foremost before I go into the feminine and masculine aspect. These are different forms of energy from the source of all energy. So if you are made of the source of energy, because that energy transformed itself into you, then how can you not be energy? How can you not be God or Allah? How can you not be God if you therefore are not separate of it because you transformed from it? How could you not be Allah? How could you not be God?
So he's basically a 5%er now. I mean, I've studied. I'm listening to him talk, and I'm listening to the knowledge he's spitting, and it sounds like he's brushed up on his 120 lessons, his 120 degrees, his supreme mathematics, supreme wisdom or whatnot, and he's been listening to some Charles X tapes or something like that, and now 5%er is what he's claiming. Basically, the belief that man is God, and necessarily that the black man is God. Arm, leg, arm, head. Allah meaning the complete man, the 5-pointed star. Let's let him continue.
Even in a piece, even in a fractal piece, you are not a drop in the ocean. You are a fractal piece. You are all of the ocean in a drop. You are not one human. You are all of humanity in one human. You are a universe. You are a galaxy. You are everything in one that stops you from understanding that.
Well, hey guys, I'm gonna catch some better parts of this and be back in just a little bit. I hope you guys will stay tuned with me. In just a little bit, we'll be back with more of this. I'm gonna try to look ahead and see if I can find more. Like I said, yeah, stay tuned. We'll be back.